The 5, Graham Trucking, out for his qualifying session with Jimmy Shane.
Finishcraft Auto Body at 547-2099. On the web, it's finishcraftautoandboat.com. Finishcraft Auto Body, keeping your cars and boats looking new for over 20 years. Wall-to-wall coverage of the 2013 Water Olympics on 610 KOA. Back to the river. And be sure to log on to mowerhome.com to find out about discount double days and the MobaQ savings event where you can get your Toro zero-turn rider and a mini kettle barbecue along with a cooler, a $20 Ice Harbor gift card, and a whole lot more from Farmers Exchange, and the Opti-Oil that'll double the engine warranty for the zero-turn riders from Toro at Farmers Exchange in downtown Kennewick. Again, that's mowerhome.com. And look who's out on the water. It's Jimmy Shane.
I'll tell you what, guys, from the time they started calling for that crane to the time they got it in the water and on the water, it was not very long. It took about 3 minutes. They really threw that boat in the water. I did find Jimmy Shane. He was all suited up and ready to go. So once it hit the water, they were scrambling and threw him in, and you've got him on the clock now.
And a 148.109 on that first lap. And let's talk a little bit about gamesmanship that we've seen before in qualifying and getting out to be the final qualifier.
Yeah, we've certainly seen that gamesmanship in the past. In fact, we saw a little bit of that a couple of weeks ago. Jimmy Shane and Steve David were very, very close in their qualifying speeds back in Detroit. And all of a sudden, right at the end, Steve David was ahead of Jimmy Shane by about 1/3 of a mile an hour. And with about 10 minutes to go, Jimmy Shane and the Graham Trucking team called for the crane, and they put their boat in the water to go back out. And immediately, the Oberto did the same thing. They put the boat in the water. They watched Jimmy Shane run. He was unable to knock off the Oberto's top time, and they just pulled the Oberto right back out of the water and put it on a trailer.
Now, we've seen that before where it was more like Steve David and Dave Villwalk that were jockeying for that final spot at qualifying. A 151.339 miles per hour, but still well off the pace of the 158.9 that we've seen from Steve David and the Oberto.
Well, he's cutting the arc right now as he's making his way at the apex of the turn. Real nice look as he makes his way to the exit pin. Jimmy Shane, your defending Columbia Cup champion down the backstretch.
And a little consternation during that race with the score of Bowie, Tony, right by you. That's where Steve David had a penalty here.
That's right. He jumped that gun, and that cost him.
Heading up the backstretch towards Rob Francis in the Avalon Health and Rehabilitation Center, turn number 3.
Rocking a little bit back and forth as he approached turn 3, but you could definitely tell whatever the issues are with the boat, it does not appear to be very fast. Even though he turned in that 151, it just seems like the boat is, I don't want to say going through the motions, but it definitely does not seem as fast as it is capable of being.
You're right. I think it's got more to give.
I think he certainly got more to give, but I think you have to realize that when they went out and tried to run before and were unable to, they had no opportunity to do anything with that boat except thrash on that motor and try and find out what was going on. And we followed up with my in-depth discussion of what a bleed band did. Finally got it straightened out with David Williams.
And a 150.117 miles per hour on that last lap. So